Gen X Brian with Xennial Dean on this episode number 124 of Convincing Idiots. We talk about idiot reviews, pop culture headlines, including the Golden Globes. Who won? Are we happy they won? What's going on with those? Our Ask an Idiot segment this week, it's musical. Check us out. In our main segment tonight, Marvel and DC upcoming superhero projects and big rumors around the huge Marvel Secret Wars movie. Stay tuned, keep listening, and on with the show.
All right, test.
Test.
Call it again.
Convincing Idiots.
Convincing Idiots.
Called it ham gravy.
I informed them that I sided with the stat man, not just anyone's opinion, the stat man Brian Fisher.
These kids today,
Jingle All the Way is in fact the best Christmas movie of all time.
I need to get Grandma a present, and my herpes is flaring up. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo. I'm the millennial
We're
Santa.
three friends representing three different generations. That's our whole shtick. That's our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nick got to hold poop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing in the sea
Awesome.
breeze, holding a turd, just mightily. I'm just going hitting hats.
Anyway, on a lighter note,
And welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name's Dean, the Xennial.
I'm Brian, Gen X.
I love the sound effects.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's silence here. Oh, it's because we are down an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
We were waiting for, young Nikolai to pop in, chime in on, but he did not because he is on assignment. Something to do with cat feces or cat hair. I don't know. It's none of our business, really.
Yeah.
But in his place, we do have Brian and myself, and Brian, if this is your first time listening to us, we're normally three friends from three different generations. That's our shtick.
So Dean has described who we are, what we do. So you might be listening to us on demand. We can be found on all major podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Verbal, Overcast, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and more. Really, wherever you'd like to listen to podcasts, just pull up the Convincing Idiots podcast, give us a subscribe or follow, and as we publish new episodes every week, they'll
5
pop
stars,
into your
motherfuckers.
5 stars. And give us a rating and review while you're at it, right? Helps others find us. And if you like or subscribe as we publish new episodes every week, they'll pop into your podcast library. You can listen to us whenever you want to on the go or whatever. You can listen to us. If you have a smart speaker, just ask your smart speaker to play the Convincing Idiots podcast, and she will do that for you. You might be watching us on YouTube or YouTube channel at Convincing Idiots. While you're there, give us a subscribe there too. We publish full episodes and segments there for you. We could be found
Review,
on the
chat with us.
Exactly. Want to hear from you. We did hear a few comments on some of our reels this week, so we appreciate that.
Nice.
on Facebook and Instagram. So thank you for that.
Did they talk about my flat build hat and how handsome I looked and
They
youthful?
said that you look so youthful.
Good,
That's right.
good.
That's right. They thought you were the millennial. As a matter of fact,
It was confusing. That's why I had to go back to without it because it was just too confusing.
that's right. I am actually wearing the same hat.
You
that
are.
I got
There's a
you.
little
I have the
bent
exact
there.
same ones. I bent it a little bit. Yes, I'm not as cool to keep it totally flat brim.
Maybe some other time.
That's right. If I was cool enough, I could have a flat brim hat on Boss Code Media Network. You can be found there. Some segments are there for us as well. You can find Boss Code Media on your smart TV or portable device. Just pull the Boss Code Media app, download, subscribe, and we're there. And also the other podcast I do with Keith and Skinner. It came from Gen X. We have our own channel over there on Boss Code Media also. All show information can be found in two main places. Our Linktree page. Just Google Linktree Convincing Idiots. It's simply a page with links to our social media and where you can listen to us. Very simple. Or you can pull up our website, convincingidiots.wordpress.com. All show information's there. Links to social media, links where you can listen to us, links to current episodes, links to videos, how you can help sponsor the show on our Patreon account, etc. And if you want to be the cool kid in town and get some podcast merch, you can find a link to our merch store, Dean, on our website and also our Linktree page. It's a very high quality merch with our podcast logos, dirtbag pictures of all the three of us on there on merch.
You
also,
don't just listen, but wear us.
That's right. Exactly. If you walked in with a Gen X Brian shirt into your professional workplace environment, it would be like an instant promotion for you, I think.
I actually was just listening to it. The guy tell me the story that he had a Dirtbag Brian T-shirt on, and he had gone out the night before, forgot to change. He wore it out, to the clubs because he had to get laid somehow. So he wore that shirt, and he stumbled into work, and he was all disheveled, but he was wearing that shirt. They made him CEO that day.
See, that's right. Never look back.
Never look back.
Yep. So, like you say, support us that way. But if you do anything at all, we'd appreciate the very least just like, share, follow, wherever you listen to us and watch us. Tell a friend. That's how we grow.
Tell your mom.
Yeah, exactly. Tell your mom. We need somebody to get, as I said before, besides Nick's mom listening to us, we need other moms and everybody listening to us out there. So
we should be the hub for mothers.
That's right. I agree. Now, our listens are growing in Germany, Dean. Maybe it's some German mothers who are listening to us.
I like that. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, and maybe they will help share and tell others out there. So, we appreciate your support and, look forward to doing this another year with you.
Absolutely. Well, since we are, it's just the two of us, I still am interested. Nick doesn't care that much. He doesn't care enough to ask you how you're doing, Brian, but I do. So, Brian, what's new this week? How you been?
Doing well. Fairly quiet weekend. Let's see. What did I do this past weekend? I spent a lot of time with you guys.
You did. We had a drink or two.
Yes. So it was a Dean and Megan weekend, which was very, very nice. So I got to spend some time with Allie on Friday, which was great. And then on Saturday, it was nice meeting up with you guys at Crafted Cocktail out in Wadsworth. Very beautiful establishment if you're from the Northeast Ohio area. Beautiful place. Like a
little speakeasy.
Yeah, a whole speakeasy vibe, cool music, and very cool decorations and vibe, and great cocktails. And then on Sunday, of course, we had brunch, and then went to the Hattery up in Cuyahoga Falls. Got some new caps. There's a great business over there, so go check them out if you're in the Cuyahoga Falls area.
You couldn't have made you and I sound older. We're lucky the Nick's not here. You couldn't have made us sound older. We had brunch and then went and bought caps.
That's right. Yep, that's right. Yeah, but they look good. We're going to look good. And then Sunday evening, rather.
We didn't make it Sunday evening because we had to take naps because we had the early bird special and went right to bed.
That's right. I went back out, actually. You guys were tired.
Did you?
I went back. Yes, I went back out Sunday, watched some terrible Dallas Cowboys football, but hung out with the Coopers and Cunningham. So that was a good Sunday evening. So a rare Sunday for me to where I just allowed myself to relax and spend time with friends and didn't worry about a whole lot else. So that was a very nice day. So,
And hey, any day
There you
you
go.
don't have to see Joey is a good day.
actually,
I'm watching you, Joey.
saw Joey this evening. Went over to Joey and Peyton's for dinner tonight. Their new condo, so place is shaping up nicely. Very happy
Very
for
good.
Peyton's my daughter, and yeah, just they're moving in. They get furniture delivered this
Joey's
weekend.
the guy that
They're
won't
very
leave her
excited.
alone.
That's right. That's
Mhm.
right. It's okay though. He seems he's a good guy. So that's what I got going on. So how are you?
Me,
Sir.
I am. I'm good. Speaking of being old, I can start with. I pulled a muscle on my back by sneezing. If
Yeah.
that tells you, just how my week went. I mean, really, we're just falling apart at this point, right? We're being held together by barley and fucking chewing tobacco. It's
Yeah, the
awful.
older you get, sudden moves you could easily pull. If you forget and you move
Yeah.
too quickly, or you, like I say, any sudden movement, sneeze, jerk, stand up too quickly, take a step
And
too fast,
Things
you could
could
pull
just
something.
fall apart.
Yeah, yep.
It's unbelievable. Well, like you said, we ate, we drank some beverages, we ate some barbecue, and we bought some caps.
Yes,
We should have worn our caps, really. Maybe next week we should wear our old man caps together.
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
Well, I did today. I want to tell you that we joined the local rec center thing here in town, and Megan is killing it. She's going all the time. I not so much. I've made it there one other time, but tonight we went and we swam.
Okay.
This might be the first time I've ever actually gotten a pool in, like, the whole point of it was to swim for exercise. I've never done that before. It's always been you stand in there, you drink beer, you fart in the pool and watch the bubbles come up. That's about it. This is the first time I've gotten in with the thought and actually, it's a lap pool and you go up and back and forth. That is a workout. That is no joke. I will tell you what. My arms are sore. I got a good workout.
Good.
And then we went into the sauna. Do you sauna, Brian? Do you go into the sauna? Is that your thing?
I don't know if I ever set foot in a sauna that I can think of in my entire life. And I can think about it. Yeah.
Well, it's like you've seen in I know you've seen movies with the saunas and the wood all around. It smells nice. It's cedar, but when we walked in, it was full of people, just sweating in silence, staring off into space. Some people was bent down, hunkered down over, I don't know if you're trying to catch his breath or trying to suck himself off. I don't know, but he was bent over. These other people were just, everybody just staring in silence in the most ridiculous heat. It's like just Texas was just fucking your face. It was right there.
It doesn't seem enjoyable to me.
I will tell you. With that said, it was. It takes a few minutes to get used to it, like your breathing pattern in that sort of heat. But once you do, it's very nice.
Okay.
I enjoyed it a lot. Like, it was relaxing.
So did you sweat a lot? That's the purpose.
I did sweat. I mean, well, that's not to say much. I sweat when I eat a goddamn hoagie. So it is what that is. But no, you get the sweat going, and you do feel better. And then when you walk out, that's cold. No matter what air, whatever temperature is outside that, it's still cold. But when you first go in, it's very awkward, especially with a bunch of people. It's you don't know what to do. You don't know where to look. Nobody's talking. It's awkward.
People aren't like nude or anything, are they? Or
No.
Towels,
well, that's the thing. Is that, like,
trunks?
I was in swim trunks. Megan was in her swimsuit. Two of the guys were in, like, fucking socks, shoes, shorts, hats. I mean, they were like dressed like they came off the street.
No. Yeah. Okay.
Other guy was in a swimsuit. So, yeah, no nudity. It was all clothed of various, some more than others, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, very awkward. I mean, and well, the one other thing I can say about it is I don't know about you, but I have seen what some call pornographic films,
Yeah.
and whatnot, and you've seen those videos of people in the saunas, kind of scooch over to each other, and things start happening.
Mm-hmm.
I want to call bullshit. There ain't no way I could barely breathe in there, let alone fuck. Yeah, I call bullshit on having sex in a sauna.
Okay.
No way, ain't happening. If you do, you're well. I was gonna say you're in much better shape than I, but a fucking beach ball is much better shape than I am. So,
see again, no one can say you don't learn something new on this podcast.
that's right.
That's right.
We're here to teach.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it always I'm just awkward. Like when you're done, you go back into the locker area to change, and like there's people there. There's people getting naked. There's gentlemen showering freely, and I get to the locker, and this guy brings his toddler in to change from swim lesson or whatever. Now I can't. I'm not a public nudity fella,
No.
and I am also adamantly against getting naked in front of children. I want to make that abundantly clear.
Mm-hmm.
So I just put my pants on over my swimming trunks and just and left. So yeah, that's about it for me. That's what's happening in my neck of the woods.
Okay, very good. A few more laps in the pool, maybe you get ready for the Clubber Lang fight.
That's right.
Yeah.
And would you be so inclined to like run down the beach line with me, and then
Absolutely.
Can at the end we can hug, sweatily hug each other?
Oh yeah, we got to have the '80s crazy short shorts and the high tube socks.
Well,
That's
not a lot of people know. Even if you're watching the YouTube video, that's what you and I are wearing right now.
Yep.
Very short shorts and the tube socks. And
Yep.
we do it every podcast.
That's our millennial-less attire, typically.
Right.
As soon as Nick says he can't make a podcast, you and I immediately change into the tube socks and the if we're not already wearing
That's right.
them. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Good stuff. All right, well, we're getting some idiot reviews here, brother. So if you've seen anything interesting over the past week, you want to talk about, recommend to our listeners,
I got a few things.
Go ahead.
Nick mentioned it last week, but I'm beginning to start to catch up. I did start the newest season of Letterkenny.
Okay.
One of the best shows on TV. If you're not watching it, if you like this sort of humor, you're going to dig Letterkenny. So go ahead and listen to this, watch that. That's probably works better. Quantum Leap came back on. I tell you, it's hitting its stride. Like any new show, it's gonna a lot of them start rocky. You know what I mean? Like you got to get through the first few episodes. This episode here really hit its stride. I mean, there was an emotional tug to it. The acting was so good in this episode. I highly recommend that.
Okay.
And then we might be late to the party. I don't know if you've seen this, Brian, but we just started watching Peaky Blinders.
I have not. That was that's been recommended to me prior. I've not seen it.
You'll dig it. Absolutely, man. I think we're only watched 2 episodes.
Okay.
But they were so good. They're only like 6 episodes a season.
Netflix, right?
Netflix. It's not too long. It's about not like 1919. It starts in 1919. In London or outside London, whatever. In a British family is kind of gangsters, sort of like they run a racketeer business. They're running books for horse races and stuff.
Okay,
but it's very good, very very good.
Okay,
so yeah, you should start that. That should be your next one, man.
Okay, all right, check that out.
And the last one, real quick, Andrew Santino on Netflix. Megan and I were about to watch Peaky Blinders tonight, and you know how the previews come up as soon as you turn on Netflix. Well, this guy comes on. I'm like, let's just randomly watch a comedian. We've never seen him, never heard of him, watched him. dude's politically incorrect. He's hilarious and very unassuming too. Like if you looked at him, you really would not expect the level of politically incorrectness and hilarity to come out of him. But yeah, his name's Santino. What did I say? No, Andrew Santino.
I just watched that last night myself.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Cheeseburger, right?
yes, Cheeseburger. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
He's a funny dude, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was good. And I like the fact that he made fun of both sides of the political sides.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that was good too.
Right down the middle.
Yeah, he was good. I enjoyed it.
So that's everything I have.
Okay. Well, beyond that, the same thing we just watched with Andrew Santino. I just finished. I mentioned last week I watched the first episode, but I finished it since the Bernie Madoff Monster of Wall Street limited series on Netflix. Very good. It's just a tragic. Maybe I knew at one point, but maybe forgot. But just such a tragic story. Just for everybody involved. Except for Madoff himself, it really was just a low life. Just really horrible to take advantage of so many people. So many people just
family
had their
included.
lives. Absolutely. His family disowned it. It just really broke up his own family. Just terrible. And then just they interviewed people who were impacted, whether it be themselves. They were, some of them were children of prior investors who, put a lot of money with this guy, millions of dollars, figuring that their family, their legacy is going to live on because Bernie Madoff has such a positive reputation, only to find out it's just all a fraud and there's nothing there. And so many people just lost their life savings, etc. So really just terrible. So
yeah, he really deserved to what did they say what sort of prison he went to?
It was a regular prison, and he got a 150-year sentence. I don't think they put him in some cushy federal prison or anything like that. So they locked him away. They definitely tried to set an example.
At the very least, I hope he was humiliated in prison.
I don't think he just the type of guy that just didn't care. Just a total narcissist and everything. His brain.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I hope he took at least one beating.
Maybe.
He deserves that, right?
I don't know. Oh yeah. It just the one lady described him as she felt he was more upset that his family didn't love him than it just. I don't know. Just check it out. I'll just leave it there.
Right.
So if you really don't know the story, it's definitely worth watching. If you sort of know the story, they did it very well. Like I said, they interviewed a lot of people who worked for him, his personal secretary for 25 years. She came on this thing to interview. So a lot of people, just really interesting. So go check that out. I think it's like 4 episodes. So it's a fairly easy watch. I also finished up the Cabinet of Curiosities, I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So, again, these are individual horror-themed episodes also on Netflix. So, again, if you like horror stories, those are pretty well done. A different director on every episode, so go check that out on Netflix. That's about it. No new movies over the past week, nothing like that. So, just a busier week, but that's okay. So, that's what I got.
Well, luckily, in our main topic, we will be talking about some upcoming big-time movies.
Yes.
That's coming, as soon as this summer, or as soon as February. And then even up through and out of 2025, something like that.
Yeah,
I think that might be the timeline.
2025 or even 2026, perhaps, with some of the Marvel stuff. Yeah.
We'd be reviewing the Marvel... our Marvel talk that we didn't get to last week because we got so into our question of the week, which we'll do another one this week. We'll make it shorter this week so we can get to our topic.
Absolutely. So when we take a break here, Dean, then we'll come back with we'll do some pop culture headlines. And we'll talk about some of the Golden Globes and a few things there. Like you said, we'll get into our Ask an Idiot segment. Songs. So we had a few random questions about songs. This comparing songs or what songs make you think about certain things. And then, like you say, we'll go into our main segment after that, Marvel-themed stuff.
And after listening to the dulcet tones of this commercial break, change your pants, change your panties, and then come back to our second segment.
That's right. Have a nice sauna if you need to. Relax.
That's right.
Get in the mood.
Mm-hmm. Light a candle.
That's right. And we'll see you after the break.
Genesis does.
16-bit arcade graphics.
You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis does.
16-bit sports action.
You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis does.
Get Joe Montana free, Pat Riley free, Buster Douglas free, Super Monaco GP free, or Collins free.
Genesis does.
What Nintendo don't? Buy a 16-bit Genesis system between now and October 31st and get an extra...
Three, two.
Oh, me? I'm so sorry. I was supposed to bring us back in. No, sorry. I'm looking at this RPM Bike Shop on Facebook.com. RPM Bike Shop, Carrollton, Ohio. Have you seen these bikes? They are
Fantastic.
incredible. I wish I could do the show properly, but I can't when I'm distracted by bikes like this. Look at these tires. Wow. I need to get out there and get one. These are impressive. Like, even if you don't use the electric part and you ride it like a regular bike, they got a little cool little basket on it. That's awesome.
Yeah, great for the trails or roads or beach or whatever.
Absolutely. You can get away with anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You guys should probably give them a call at 330-808-7792. I'm telling you, RPM Bike Shop in Carrollton, there's no way you're not walking out of there with a new bike or riding out of there on your very own new electric bike. It's incredible. So, again, I am sorry for being very unprofessional, but if you saw these bikes, I mean, you'd understand. But we are back for segment 2 of Convincing Idiots.
Yes, sir.
And we are going to get into what? Some headlines? What's in the headlines, Brian?
Yeah, pop culture headlines. One of the bigger headlines, Dean, is the Golden Globes just happened over the weekend. So
I did forget about that.
Yeah, well, last year you might remember that they dropped the
just like that.
They were getting a lot of heat for not having any minority members on its panel or organization, however the hell that works as far as who votes, right?
Okay.
And so they wanted to come back and restructure that. So I think they added, at least they added 5 or 6 minorities to their voting. And
good.
They had a lot more of a well-rounded ethnicity represented in the winners this time. So let's put it that way. So,
it's so white. It's so white that Friends won like 5 years in a row after they went off the air.
That's right. That's right. It was whiter than our hat, our flat brim hat, right. Our Guardians hat. Yeah. So
whiter than us, you and me eating brunch and then buying caps.
That's right. That was pretty older white man. That's for sure.
That is very old white man.
Yeah, that's for sure.
They're so white they asked us to be on the panel.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Also, our faces may or may not be modeling hats in the Hattery going forward.
That's
perhaps,
true.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm not going to read all the winners here, but just some of note here, and some of these movies I haven't even seen yet, Dean. So, best motion picture. A lot of people were thinking Elvis was going to win, but no, The Fabelmans won.
I've never heard of it. Elvis was freaking awesome.
Elvis was terrific.
Elvis deserved to win.
You and I recommend that movie. So The Fabelmans, I did look this up here. Actually, it looks like a good movie. So this is still in the theater. You can rent it on premium streaming for $20 right now as well. But this has Gabriel LaBelle, Michelle Williams, Paul Dano, who played the Riddler in the Batman movie.
Okay, yeah.
Judd Hirsch is in this, Dean. So from Taxi back in our time, absolutely. So the premise is interesting. So young Sammy Fabelman falls in love with movies after his parents take him to see the greatest show on earth.
No, that's Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg movie, yes, sir.
Yeah, it's almost like you would think it could be autobiographical. Like the kid seems like his love for the movies and like you know what I mean. Like the commercial kind of shows or the trailer shows that like it could be like a Steven Spielberg like this is him when he was a kid type deal.
Could be. Very well
okay,
could be.
All right, then I kind of get it.
John Williams scores the movie. I mean, that's a win-win right there. So yeah, I'll definitely go check this out here.
I mean, I'm not going to watch it, but I understand where I guess it could win.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Best actress in a motion picture drama, Cate Blanchett for Tar. I've not seen Tar either.
Other than my lungs, no, I have not seen Tar.
Yeah, so Tar. Sorry, I had it pulled up here earlier. So Tar movie. Yes, obviously Cate Blanchett, Nina Hoss, Mark Strong. There's a lot of folks in this here. It is available to rent. Looks like for $6 on streaming now.
Cate Blanchett just goes around winning every award, right?
Yeah, she sure does. She's terrific. So, renowned musician Lydia Tarr is days away from recording the symphony that will elevate her career when all elements seem to conspire against her. So. That's it. So it's a psychological drama film, it says here. So
that's not the story
good.
About the woman who invented tartar sauce, right?
I don't think so.
That's a different film?
I think it's a different film.
Okay, gotcha.
But it sounds like a good premise and one that definitely check out. Best performance by an actor in a drama. Here's your Elvis winner, Austin Butler.
Good.
Just, as we agree, just embodied young Elvis, terrific.
That guy's
sounded great.
The kid's going to be a star, I tell you. A star.
Absolutely. Looked great, sounded great. Best motion picture, music or comedy, The Banshees of Inisherin.
That is a film from Ireland.
Yes, Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell, yep.
Yeah, so that movie is Colin Farrell, Brendan Gleeson is in this. They're the two main stars. So two lifelong friends find themselves at an impasse when one abruptly ends their relationship with alarming consequences. So this looks like it's now.
That's actually why Nick's not on the podcast tonight.
That's right.
He decided to do the same. We were very alarmed.
That's right. Looks like you can find this on Hulu, Amazon Prime, and YouTube. So it's available for streaming for cheap rent right now. This is released in October of 2022. So that looks like definitely one worth watching as well. Let's see here. Best performance by an actress in musical comedy, Michelle Yeoh, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Now, I saw this movie over the summer. Highly recommended. Have you seen this yet, Dean, about the multiverse?
No, but I remember you recommending it. Yes,
definitely check it out. So it's nothing to do with comic books, but it's a multiverse set. So basically, Michelle Yeoh has a mundane life, married to her husband. They own a laundromat. They're kind of struggling. And the next thing that happens, her husband sort of just changes his whole personality. So what happens is people travel in different parts, in different multiverses, but they can jump into the body of themselves in a different multiverse. So he assumes the personality of,
All right. Yeah. All right. You sold me.
Yeah,
I'm watching it. Now, Michelle Yeoh, is she the one that was on the boat, fresh off the boat? Is that her?
I am not sure she was in that. She was all. I'm
By
not
no
sure.
means am I trying to be racist. I thought that was that girl's name.
She was in Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. She was in that movie. She's been a lot. She's a very famous actor. She was in.
Okay, yeah.
She was in the James Bond movie with Pierce Brosnan. Tomorrow Never Dies.
Crazy Rich Asians, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, very famous, very good actress, and she's also well known for martial arts. She does martial arts fighting in this movie.
Yeah.
Just terrific. So definitely check out that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Is that streaming? Where can I watch that?
You can find it on streaming.
Okay.
Yeah. Available for rent. Best performance by an actor in a motion picture, musical comedy, Colin Farrell. So Colin Farrell won for that movie, The Banshees.
Okay.
And Inisherin, I'm probably saying it wrong. The best motion picture animated, and I said the name wrong prior, so I apologize. So it's Guillermo del Toro. I said Benicio del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities, but it's also Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. So it's him that made these on Netflix. And he also made a version of Pinocchio that I've not seen this yet. So I don't know if it's sort of a darker version. I don't know exactly. I don't know what. I just don't know. But it looked very good, and it won Best Animated Movie on the Golden Globes.
Got to be better than the Tom Hanks one.
I haven't seen that yet, so
save your time.
Yeah,
you're good.
This one I'm happy about: the best performance by an actress in a supporting role in any motion picture.
It's a wide berth.
Yes, Angela Bassett in Black Panther. Wakanda Forever. She played the Queen.
Fantastic. She did amazing in it.
She did. I don't know that anybody has, besides, obviously Heath Ledger won for the Joker, won the Academy Award.
Right.
And also, I can't think of his name right now, that won for the Joker in the Joker movie.
Joaquin Phoenix, excuse me. I don't know if anybody else has even been nominated and won any Golden Globe or anything beyond those guys in any recent awards. So it's very good to see a comic book movie. She was very, very good in this. Very good to see some Here's
accolades.
The thing. Here's the thing. I mean, I'm happy for her. I don't want to take anything. Actually, what I'm about to say, it doesn't take anything away from her. This is what happens when amazing actors act in these movies.
There you go.
Like yes, all of our favorite Marvel superheroes, they're great in them, but they, you know what I mean? They're in Marvel movies. They're fun. It's fun. She gave a performance. You know what I mean?
She did.
So she is. There's not many people in her league. Angela Bassett is far out of, you know what I mean, out of the range of a lot of actors. So
absolutely.
And are we saying it right? Angela Bassett. It's Angela Bassett. You got me saying Bassett. It's Angela Bassett. Yeah.
Sorry.
Bassett.
We apologize, Ms. Bassett. We know she listens on a regular basis.
She does. She's huge.
So we want to make sure yes. So please don't unsubscribe.
Right.
She actually ordered a Millennial Nick hoodie, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think she wore that to the after party.
I think that's right. Yeah. Let's see. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role. Ke Huy Quan, also in Everything Everywhere All at Once. So played the husband of Michelle Yeoh. And you might remember him all the way back to The Goonies as a young lad. And also he was in the Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. He was Short Round. Mm-hmm. He sort of backed away from acting for a long time. Now he's getting back in the fold. It's nice to see. He was terrific in this movie. And I was glad to see him get some recognition for his role.
You want Dean's fun fact for the day?
Please, go ahead.
That kid, when he went to sign on to this movie,
mm-hmm.
the lawyer he hired to do the paperwork and for this film and everything was Chunk from the Goonies. Chunk from the Goonies became a lawyer, like Hollywood lawyer, and he was the one who did his the work for this film.
How about that?
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see, just a couple more here. Best director wasn't Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans, so it's pretty cool.
Was or wasn't?
It was. He won the award for that. Let's see what else here. And the television, the best series was House of Dragon, which is of course, the prequel to Game of Thrones one.
I hear it's on television somewhere, and I hear some people like it. So
yeah, I still never saw any episodes of any of it, none of it. So just not my my thing.
I watched like half of the first episode of the Game of Thrones, and I'm like, all right,
that's about what I got too.
There's dragons and it's cold. It hit me the same as Walking Dead's first episode. I'm like,
boy.
All right, it didn't grab me. I'm like, all right, I'll walk.
Okay, I had the opposite. We're Walking Dead, of course.
Did you watch all 783 seasons of it?
Every one. 11 seasons. Every one. It's on Netflix streaming too. All of it.
Is it done? It ended?
It's done.
Okay.
It's done. They're going to branch off in different. They already have different universes and stuff. Yeah.
Now, at the end, did Bob Newhart wake up and there was no zombies? Huh.
Surprisingly,
I really think that's how every series should end.
That would have been good.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been good. Wake up in a coma in the hospital.
Yeah.
And
he is the Grimes character.
Yep.
But he's been in the coma so long, he's old now.
He turns over, and his wife is a zombie.
Yes. He kisses her and then just goes back to bed.
That would be great. The television real fast there. Best actress in a series, Zendaya, won for Euphoria. Best actor, Kevin Costner, Yellowstone, in a drama. Best television musical or comedy, Abbott Elementary. This thing keeps winning everything. I still haven't watched it, so it's good.
It. Yeah. I've seen probably about 4 or 5 episodes, and every one I've seen, I don't watch it regularly. I'll sometimes throw it on Hulu when I'm done watching something. It is a funny show. It harkens back to the just old school sitcoms. That's cool. Yeah, it's good.
And then Quinta Brunson, who's on that show, won Best Actress in a comedy or series. So, yeah, must be like you said, it was obviously well acted, well written. So I'll definitely have to see it. Best actor in a musical or comedy television, Jeremy Allen White in The Bear. I've not seen this.
Me neither.
He won over both Steve Martin and Martin Short were nominated for Only Murders in the Building. White Lotus won for limited series. That was okay. And best performance by an actress in a limited series, Amanda Seyfried for The Dropout.
Okay.
Evan Peters won for The Monster, playing Jeffrey Dahmer for Best Actor in a Limited Series. And that's kind of
a good enough actor, but
that's kind of the big ones there.
Okay.
Yeah, then you had different, supporting people on television and stuff like that. So, so just, from what I've seen, sounds interesting. Definitely convincing me to go back and watch a couple of these movies that I have not seen yet. So, there you have it. All right, so beyond the Golden Globes, let's see what else we got here in the world of pop culture. Dave Bautista sort of made a formal announcement that he's definitely moving on from the Drax role. I don't know if you read this or not.
Yeah, I heard that.
Just it's a lot for him. He's branching out. He's doing different things. So I thought he played. How do you think
they're going to kill him?
I'm going to kill him or recast him.
Nope. From my understanding, they're going to kill him. They're going to kill him off.
Okay.
There's some early scripts on Reddit and whatnot that's been leaked, and some of the ones that have him diving into a star and exploding and stuff. And there's one.
It had to be big.
Yeah, right. But the one I liked the best was that where he just gotten a minor fender bender, and he doesn't die, but he ends up calling Blake Insurance. Do you know why? Because Blake Insurance is an Erie insurance agency located right here in Barberton, Ohio. And Drax knows that.
Yes.
They provide auto, home, renters, and business insurance with honesty, decency, and affordability. Erie Insurance is above all else in service. You want to call 234-571-5359 or visit BlakeInsuranceLLC.com for your free 5-minute quote today. And when you do, tell them that the idiots and Drax sent you.
Very good. Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent. Dave Bautista also made some news too, Dean, on he had a tattoo, I don't know if you saw this or not, of Manny Pacquiao. Did you see this?
No,
So
I know he's got a lot of them.
Yeah. And apparently Manny Pacquiao made some sort of inappropriate commentary about gay people or something along that line.
Yikes.
Yeah, so I didn't realize this. Who cares? But Dave Bautista, he said his mother was a lesbian, and he had the tattoo covered up. So I think somebody asked him like, "What was this?" or something like that. So he just basically explained. He wasn't going out of his way to explain. Hey, I covered this tattoo.
Somebody just randomly asked him about it.
Right.
Okay.
Something that was pretty cool in support of his mother and
absolutely.
Yeah, and the LGBTQ community. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, Dean, continue to make a lot of news. So
sorry,
I know.
I fell asleep.
Just want to get your opinion on, right? So
go ahead.
Prince Harry was just on 60 Minutes this past weekend. He's got this book out. They had their special on Netflix, the two of them. And we talked about this on It Came From Gen X last week too. But what is are you, I think you already answered the question. Are you remotely interested in the royal, and why do you think people are generally interested in the royal family in the United States? Any thoughts on any of that?
I honestly have no answer. It boggles my mind. People, I guess the royal family itself, maybe because it's a celebrity type situation. I mean, granted, like the Queen and such is like a historical figure and a global. It's like you should know who the president of Canada is or the prime minister. I don't even. There's president. No, there's prime minister. Right? Prime minister. Right. So you should know who. You should also know if they have a president or a fucking prime minister. So it goes the fuck shows you what I'm doing here.
We have listeners growing a little bit in the United Kingdom, and they're going to be sorely disappointed that we don't even understand how their government is set up. But we're trying.
I messed up Canada, not Britain. Great Britain, their queen and UK in general, their queen. I understand that because it is a historical figure. It is a head of state. I understand that. But like when you start looking at the family members as like celebrities and wanting to know their tell-all and tell this, I don't get it. But I also don't understand how anybody wants to know what Robert Downey Jr. had for lunch. So they're taking a picture over his shoulder while he's eating with his kids. I don't get that either. But do your movie, and well, I was gonna say don't be a dick, but like I don't even care about that. You can be a dick. I don't give a shit. I can separate the two. Just sing or do movies or do TV, whatever you do. That's all I care about. Yeah. When you start doing that shittily, then I care.
Right.
Other than that, I could give two shits less.
Yeah, I'm with you. I could not care less about the whole celebrity part of it. It is. I think there's probably some fascination from us in the United States of the fact of it just it is real kings and queens and princes and princesses and stuff like that. Although you're sort of born into it or marry into it, I don't really understand how much authority they really necessarily have. They seem like more figureheads and all that stuff. But again, this is my limited understanding and of it. So
maybe it's people has such boring and mundane lives.
It could be
that they look to not just I'm not just saying the royalty, but like celebrities in general.
Sure.
And are fascinated with what they do and what they're eating and what they're. I'll pause here until can you hear me, or is the picture just gone?
No, hold on. It was a.
So, well, since you could hear me, I'll continue. They look to what they are doing, what they're saying, because what they're doing and what they're seeing in their lives is so boring and mind-numbing that they have to reach out and live vicariously through these people that they see on TV or the big screen or hear on the radio. So maybe that's it. I don't know.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. You know, it's like. Go ahead.
Maybe I'm just annoyed because the paparazzi keeps hounding me, and it's just, come on, I need my privacy.
Sure.
I know I'm a global podcaster, but so brother's got to eat.
Yeah, I do get, sometimes it's okay. Sometimes I'm sort of, it gets a little annoying sometimes. It's like at least 4 days a week, and I walk outside and Jonathan's out there waiting for me,
Right?
At least 4 days a week.
At least.
So it's like, I don't know how many pictures he needs of me, walking the dog and out there in my pajamas and stuff like that, but some days it's okay.
It gets enough. Sometimes it gets to be enough.
Yeah,
I was at the urinal.
Starbucks coffee and a croissant, which is nice.
That's nice.
But
I was at the urinal the other day, and and the dude's like on his phone. Like, I got my dick in my hand, he's on his phone. So I'm like, dude, do you mind? And I snatched the phone from his hand and I took a picture of my dick and handed it back. I'm like, this is just an invasion of my privacy. Good day, sir.
That's
and
right.
I left. I'm not going to stand for that.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, I can I tell you a quick story?
Go ahead.
Very quick. But this is the difference between men and women. This reminded me. I was actually at the bar the other night. And I went into the bathroom, and I'm at the guy was at the urinal, so I went into the stall, and I'm pissing. And what are you doing when you're pissing? You rip one. And the guy just before he leaves, he goes, "Nice push." I'm like, "Thanks, bud." I don't think women do that.
No,
I think that's a man thing to appreciate a good fart and compliment somebody and appreciate them appreciating you. So
yeah, that's definitely a guy thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
That was my story.
Okay. Yeah. Just one more thing about fame, being I happen to be in checking out a tattoo appointment. Xennial Dean. I'm trying to say that picture of you and this is Xennial in your dirtbag picture.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, it makes sense. I mean, I want to be weirded out by that, but I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you're interested also in getting a tattoo of the dirtbag, maybe you do want a tattoo of the dirtbag Millennial Nick or Xennial Dean, perhaps. Go check out our sponsors and friends over at the Golden Heart Tattoo over in the Norton, Ohio area. If you're in the Northeast Ohio area, you can find them on Facebook at Golden Heart Norton, Norton. Give them a call at 234-706-2982. Or the website, you can look them up there at goldenhearttattoos.com. Again, they've done work on all three of us. They've done work on whoever that person was getting the Xennial Dean tattoo that I saw. And
I hear that's going to be part of the flash that you can just pick off the walls.
Absolutely.
Because so many people keep getting it.
That's right. Flash sale. So get yourself a tattoo in 2023, courtesy of our friends at Golden Heart Tattoo. So, all right. I think that's the main pop culture headlines. We covered plenty there, I think.
All right.
Why don't we get into our Ask an Idiot question here, Dean? So this kind of started out where you actually, on our way to brunch, you had a random song question in mind, so we thought we'd expand that a little bit. We haven't done a music question in a little while. So yeah, so we're going to just ask questions about some songs and see what conversation develops here, sir. So you want to start here? What's question about a songs did you have in mind, sir?
All right. I was driving down the road thinking to myself, what is a better song, Gloria Love by Peter Cetera or the Bryan Adams, what is the, I should have written my question down, shouldn't I? I wrote your guys' down. No, Bryan Adams from
everything I do.
Everything I do, I'll do it for you. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Which one's a better love song? Both are from like 80s sequel 80s movies. Like I guess Prince of Thieves wasn't a sequel, but there was a lot of Robin Hood movies out there. So you know what I mean? It was from 80s, early 90s movies, which is a better song?
Okay, so it definitely was Everything I Do It For You.
Yep.
That's the Bryan Adams song. And that was from I can't be right. Was it 1990? No,
Yes, sure was. Yes, it was.
Nah.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. That was the theme song for it.
Okay.
Absolutely, it was. And then Peter Cetera, The Glory of Love. That was, I want to say,
91. That was released in 91, Bryan Adams. Okay, 1991. Okay. And the other
sorry,
was
so 91.
91. And the other
And
one
then
was Peter Cetera.
Glory of Love was 1986.
Okay, there you have it. And that was just Peter Cetera. It was not Chicago. It was definitely his
Correct.
solo stuff. Okay.
I think Bryan Adams, I heard that the other day, right? And after The Glory of Love, and I'm thinking to myself, musically, like just take the track out of it, the vocal track, and just musically, it's a pretty impressive song.
Yep.
Especially for what it's trying to do, what it is. I would be hard pressed not to say that Bryan Adams was a better song. What do you say?
Between the two of those, you have the correct answer, Bryan Adams.
Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Glory of Love.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Peter Cetera. Listen, both these gentlemen had just terrific voices. I mean, just no question about it. They get the two of the two. If you put some of the better singers of the '80s, these guys are up there for sure. Yep. They had tons of hits in the '80s on their own. Of course, right. Peter Cetera joined Chicago a number of years ago and had tons of hits with them. So,
yep.
So no question about the singing ability. I just happen to like Bryan Adams' voice better personally.
I like that raspy voice.
Yeah.
That's why you do a podcast with me.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
But his voice was just a little edgier and his sound was a little edgier. And Peter Cetera, again, you can't argue with his talent. All right.
Nope.
For me though, too, part of it is, if you listen to Chicago songs in the 70s, it's a whole different sound.
Sure.
They had horns and a whole different vibe. Peter Cetera comes in, all that went away, and it was just a complete different sound for Chicago. So I always had a little bit of a thing about that. Plus, just from a reputation perspective, he didn't seem to be the easiest guy to work with and everything else. So all things considered, it's harder for me to like Peter Cetera.
So he's a good boy.
Of course. He just seemed like a decent dude. I liked his catalog a little bit better. But again, between the two songs, definitely Bryan Adams gets the edge.
I agree.
For sure. Yes.
I agree. So what is your music question for us here, Brian?
I got a couple here, so we'll start one at a time here. Then, if you have any other ones here too, so just reflecting on, there's probably many, right? But just a song that comes to mind that I don't care what kind of mood you're in, it just gets you pumped up. It gets you in party mode, or if you're already party mode, you want to put something on to really get yourself going and motivated. Like, what's one of the first songs that you go to charge you up? Again, there's probably a lot of them that come to mind, but just if there's one in particular that comes to mind first.
Okay. I'm looking this up because I think it's a collaboration of a lot of different artists.
We Are the World.
Who doesn't get fucking pumped up to We Are the World? I tell you, my aunt used to make me and my brother and sisters sing that song for her And she would pay us each a fucking nickel or a quarter, something like that, to sing "We Are the World" for her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever revealed that to many people, let alone
that's
on a global podcast here.
Yeah. People in Germany right now are going nuts.
Oh, they are. They're loving it. Loving
Yes,
it.
that's right.
All right. So my thing, the song I have here is not a like rah rah, like get you pumped up. Like it's
Okay.
not that type of song. But this song in particular has been played on there's a group of us that in our like 20s that would go to when as our friends started getting married, we'd all go to parties, whether it be the receptions or the wedding itself, but like we would all drive the parties together. And every time we would put on "Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangsta" by the Ghetto Boys. I don't know why or where it started, but like all of us just kind of bobbing our heads, staring out the window, all of us sing along. That is, me and a couple friends. My sister is part of that group, who's Nick's wife. We would all, "Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangsta." And like, you knew, like, as you're driving, you know that shit's going down. You know that the party is coming. Like, it's that slow rise to it, you know? So that's my answer. Damn, it feels good to be a gangsta.
Excellent. Love it.
What about you?
Well, this is I have a close second here, then I'll give you my first one here. So, you maybe think of it when you just described your story there. So, for many years going out, so my core group of friends going out to the bars in my early to mid 20s was you met at my birthday party. So Jim Cunningham, and his twin sisters, who are like sisters to me now, Annie and Bean. And they had another friend, Robbie, typically was with us here. So Jim and I lived in the Merriman Highland Square together, just outside Merriman Valley in Akron for a couple summers there. And those are two of the best summers of my life, you know, just as a young person, out and about, getting out there. But every time we'd go out, without fail, we would always put on George Thorogood, "One Bourbon, One Shot, One Beer." It's a long song. It's kind of a cover song between two songs that he blended together.
Really? I did not know that.
Yes. It was like B.B. King, I want to say, and somebody else is their two songs here he blended together. But just a great. So it's a long song. It kind of tells a story, and then it gets to the chorus about want you. Just a fun sing along. So we would sing that together, all of us in the car, driving out to the bars, you know, leaving at midnight to go out, which is unheard of these days. Right. Sounds very tiring to leave the house at midnight for almost any reason except that the house is on fire.
Right.
But anyways, that's what we did back in the day. But number one for me, gets me charged up to this day, "Shoot to Thrill," AC/DC. So it's from the famous Back in Black album. That would be for many years. If he was going to sit down and party, if he had a big party, or we're going to sit down around a table and play drinking games or something like that, that CD was always the first CD I pop in. You play it front to back, Back in Black. Every song is great, but "Shoot to Thrill" just has an extra. It just always got me fired up. So, like I said, I don't care what kind of mood I'm in right now. If I hear "Shoot to Thrill," I'm going to pause, turn it up, and it's going to get me in a better mood instantly. That's it.
See, I like that. Actually, you telling that story. Me and Aaron Blake lived with each other for a bit, and with Robin as well, and Sarah. And on a Friday night, there was like a CD that we had where like it was it was our Before You Go Out CD.
Yeah.
That you played. And the only thing I can think of right off the bat while you're talking was Dropkick Murphys, or not Dropkick Murphys, I'm sorry. Yeah, Dropkick Murphys. "I'm Shipping Off to Boston."
There you go.
That was like that was the first one on the track. So yeah, "Shipping Off to Boston" like started like dun, 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 like that started. So there you go. You got another one out of me.
Good memories. That's good stuff here. It's cool how songs take you to those memories and those emotions like that. Okay, that's great. Do you have another question in mind, sir?
I don't. I only have the one. We were anticipating a three-way dance here.
That's right. Why don't you use Nick's question then? Nick, he shared a question.
Okay.
How about that?
He had songs that get you emotional. Like there's got to be a song that tugs at the heartstrings for whatever reason.
Yes.
So, do you have one of those?
Yeah, I'll start then. So, Africa by Toto. So,
okay.
I probably talked about it before on the podcast here, but so that song there, I'll probably get emotional even talking about it here. So, for many years, I used to take my daughter Peyton up to Cedar Point. It was just a fun father-daughter thing that we did for a long time. From she was, I don't know, just tall enough to ride the roller coasters until she was 18. We did that almost every year for many years, just her and I, nobody else going up there.
Yeah.
So much fun. So a lot of great memories and experiences with that. So one particular summer, it always had to wait in ridiculously long lines up there. Is horrible.
Right.
But Cedar Point, they try to keep it light, entertaining, and all that. So one summer there, they had going through the long lines, weaving in and out. They had music videos playing on a loop, like some current, some older videos. One of the videos in the loop was Africa by Toto. So that song reminds me of that summer day in line with my young daughter. Yeah. Every roller coaster we rode, you heard Africa by Toto, and then you step back and you listen to some of the lyrics in there. It's like, it's a love song to a man and woman. It's not a father-daughter thing, but whatever. But there are some lines in there. It's like, nothing's going to tear me away from you. Take nothing more than 1,000 men can never pull us apart. Stuff like that. So it's just kind of, not that
especially one Joey.
That's right. That's right. It's just a connect. So it just reminds me, like I said, of special times with my little girl, who's now a young woman. I'll never forget those times, and just the meaning of nothing will keep me away from her and our relationship and all that stuff. And very happy for her and the stuff she's taking in life with Joey and everything else, and they're building something special. But still, she'll always be my.
Of course.
My girl to me, if that makes any sense. So every time I hear that song, I always pause. And I go right back to that.
That's cool.
That summertime, with young Peyton and me, and those moments of memories with her. So that's it.
Absolutely. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Do you have
for
one?
Mine? Yeah. The first time I masturbated.
Oddly, was also Africa by Toto. So, it was the Weezer version of it.
Here comes the rains down. All right.
Oh boy. Yeah.
No. Actually, anything James Blunt is. Fuck. I had a breakup, and you go through those sad songs, and at the time James Blunt was popular, so
sure.
I had that stupid fucking CD on the loop. I want to kick that guy in those balls. But my actual song is, I don't have a story behind it. I don't have a reasoning, but Georgia on My Mind by Ray Charles is just haunting, with it starting out with the violin and the way he sings it. It always has since I was a kid given me pause.
Yeah.
Like I love it, and it hits that spot. I don't get sad or weepy or anything. It's a very calming song. So I don't know if that helps answer that question, but that hits me in the feels. Whatever feels those are.
No, it does. It just, like you say, we're looking for a song that stirs up some type of emotion in you, and I agree with you. It's a beautiful song. So some of his best vocals ever is on that song, frankly.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. All right, very good. All right. I'm interested to know from so a couple of songs. What's a song? Probably many. Was there a song that comes to mind that makes you think of? This is kind of a two-part question. It makes you think of yourself as a younger person,
Mm-hmm.
kid, teenager, young 20s, whatever. And then is there a song that makes you think of yourself today and how you've matured or whatever it is, and just makes you think of yesterday and makes you think of yourself today? Go ahead.
I do have an answer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my first one reminds me of my youth, reminds me of me being young. I unfortunately can't give you a song. I can give you an album, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And that album is Dookie by Green Day. It was so formative for me. Because I was a country music fan as a child. That's what I grew up on. And I knew classic rock. But at the time, and there might have been other songs that that I got into that don't come to mind, but as in my memory now, when that album came out front to back, like that changed my musical world. Like it just kind of brought me into that genre, and that just it opened up rock and roll music, not what AC/DC was or Led Zeppelin was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a whole new thing. But yeah, Dookie from Green Day really it almost has a smell to it. If that makes sense.
Sure.
And I'm not joking because the word Dookie. I'm talking about that sense memory. When you see something, if it's so strong, you can almost smell it. Mm-hmm. Like when I hear that, there's certain smells of my childhood I could smell when I hear some of those songs. It's weird.
Sure, that makes sense.
But yeah, so yeah, that's it. That's what makes me any one of those songs of that album take me back to that time.
Okay, that sounds
1994. Good. I was 13. Yeah.
All right, so mine from yesterday, I have there's a lot that comes up. Like I said, I could almost put the Back in Black album back in there because, like I said, of all the memories it invokes, as we talked about earlier here. But one song that again always gets me charged up, and I go right back to high school. Wasp, Wild Child is the name of the song.
Okay.
Wild Child, the band called Wasp. And matter of fact, I went to see the Wasp 40th anniversary tour.
I remember
back in November. Yeah. Cooper and I went. I took him in for his birthday, and sure enough, they sang the song, and I knew they were going to sing it. It was one of their encore songs, and I got instantly charged up.
Still almost shit your pants.
Felt like I was a teenage kid again listening to that song here. So it's just a dirty metal song. Yeah. I'm a wild child. Come and love me. It's just a whole thing. So it just takes you right back to high school, and it takes you back to I had memories with I had a very good friend at the time, Todd, who has since passed away in a car accident. I mean, he and I were super close in high school. He introduced me to all the metal. So me getting into heavy metal in high school is 100% attributed to him. He had everything at the time. Reminds me of hanging out with him. And this is like 86, 84, 85, 86, something like that range. So we're, sophomores, juniors, something like that in high school. So we're just, you're starting to get out on your own. You're driving, girls are becoming more prevalent, all these things. So it just takes you back to that era, having a lot of fun and hanging out, coming more out of my shell in high school at that time here. So
there's an unconfirmed rumor. There's an unconfirmed rumor that when that song starts to play, out of nowhere, you magically get nunchucks in your hands.
That's right.
Is that true?
That's it. It has happened.
Okay, all right. I've heard from other people that's been around when that song comes on. They're like, "You better watch out, nunchucks." I'm like, "Where the fuck is he getting nunchucks?"
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
Nobody knows. They just happen.
That's right.
Sometimes nunchucks happen.
Keep watching our merch store. Maybe a picture may pop up with me with nunchucks back when I was a teenager. Yeah.
And when they do, you will thank me because that was my choice to go on the T-shirt. Oh, you guys ain't seen nothing yet.
Yes,
The
indeed.
nunchuck picture is the best. Actually, we could probably put that, because we love Einstein and cartoon Einstein, but like if that was our Facebook temporary Facebook picture
Yep.
for like a week or so, what is going on there, bud?
I'm looking,
Yeah,
as a matter
right.
of fact, no, those same nunchucks, I think, are hanging in this office somewhere as we speak, as in the picture. So I'll have to find them.
Oh God, yeah. Well, they need to be
They're here
next to you
somewhere.
while you do the podcast.
Yeah,
at
they're
all
here
times.
somewhere. Yeah. Yep.
All
So,
right.
they're, you can't see them.
Here we go.
They're right off camera, right up here. They're hanging
Because
right up here.
it's somewhere in the background. Somebody played
I knew
that
I had
song,
it.
so they just
I
appeared.
knew I had them. They're right above this light over here behind me.
Nice.
I'll put them in view later. All right.
Oh, we need one of those. How it started, how it's going, of that picture, and then you shirtless doing the same nunchuck pose. Also,
I had a mesh tank top on at the time.
well,
Yeah.
there's so much hair, it'll look like.
That's right. Oh my God! All right, so yeah. What about today? Does a song make you think of more of yourself today, or? Yeah, go ahead.
Are you familiar with the "Son of a Bitch" by Well, it's called SOB. It's by Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats.
Mm-mm.
It's a very bluesy type. There's so many genres to this. It's like he's folk singer type, blues singer type, jazz type, country type, rock and roll. Like, and the Night Sweats it's a big band, a lot of different instruments, but he's got a very soulful voice.
Mm-hmm.
And Son of a Bitch is like, I think the song's about like him, people trying to get him to go to rehab, and he just wants another drink. And it's pretty much just saying, "Fucking leave me alone. Just give me a beer." So, again, I don't know if that's the one, but that's probably been one of my favorite songs of the past like decade.
Mm-hmm.
So, of like newer songs. So I'd say that I'll send you the link when we're done, and let me know what you think of the song. It's a fun song. It might be one that like you'd play at a party. It's fun.
Let me take a note here. Get Dean help.
You can get your nunchucks and jam them up your. You got another song there, Brian?
There's a lot that made me think about today a little bit. One that came to mind. I don't care what people think here. So
is it the Golden Girls theme song?
No. It may be sort of close perhaps here, but it's a Lionel Richie song. So how about it? I have Easy Like Sunday Morning.
Okay.
I
can see that.
And one reason I picked that song is I have come to, I appreciate the heck out of downtime, relaxation, and some of my favorite moments are Sunday mornings, especially when the weather is nice.
Rocking chairs and.
Well, I love to go.
Do you own a rocking chair? Is there a rocking chair on the front porch?
I don't have one on the front porch. I do have one on the patio.
You need a rocking chair on the front porch where you watch the movies.
I need to get a rocking chair. I agree with you. Just move the one in the back to the front porch.
There you go.
But I love relaxing on the front porch, being outside, taking in the just being outside. So that song makes me think of the peaceful time sitting outside with my coffee during the day in the morning and just relaxing and taking in that I love I have routines on the weekends where I love to listen to retro top 40 Casey Kasem top 40, especially the 70s. It's just easy listening music, calm, fun. I love that mindset. So
morning, night, no matter what. He is whittling too. He is whittling.
Those two songs could not be farther apart on the spectrum than Lionel Richie, Easy, and Wasp, Wild Child. But, I just...
You don't have to answer this because it could be a question for later, but... How do you think a brief conversation would go between today you and 16-year-old you? Think about that. That might be a question sometime.
I like that. Sure. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That is a good topic. That's a good discussion. Maybe that's a upcoming Ask an Idiot topic. I like that a lot. Yeah. Okay, that's what I got. Any other song questions that may have come to mind since we've been talking? Or
Nope. I'm looking at the time. We should, if we want to get to this main topic finally.
I agree with you. No, good stuff out there. And if anybody out there wishes to share their opinions of these same questions, feel free to do so, please. Again, we talked about what's a better love song between Peter Cetera and Bryan Adams. We talked about what song gets you charged up, gets you into, gets you motivated, gets you into party mode, takes you back into a younger self party mode, something like that. And just a song that makes you think of yourself younger, and a song that makes you think of yourself today. So, if you have other questions out there you wish to pose to us, we're happy to answer them. So just you can contact us on email, convincingidiots@gmail.com. You can contact us on our Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Reach out to us, and happy to answer your questions and look at your opinions as well. So
let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Dee, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and get to, like you said, we'll get to this main topic we missed last week, and that is Marvel movie rumors, projects, and if any comes to mind, maybe a rumor for DC even, if you've heard anything that's interesting to you, just you'd love to see it, hope it's true, anything like that, or you hope it's not true, perhaps. We'll talk about that in the next segment.
Pop the hood. The hood.
It's Twisted Metal 4, and Sweet Tooth is large and in charge with all the high-octane attitude you've come to know and love. 989 Studios.
And welcome back to Convincing Idiots. Thank you guys for sticking around here with us for our main event, our final topic episode, or topic of the episode, should I say. And we're going to be talking about Marvel and other comic book movies, if we will, upcoming throughout these, weeks, months, years. So, Brian, out of all of them, let me just give you a few here, because there's so many coming out. Like in 2023, some of them are coming out. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, which is coming out February, in a couple weeks here.
Yeah, February 17th.
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. You have the Marvels. You have Shazam. You have the new Aquaman movie, which I know everybody's super excited about. And then Blue Beetle, which I don't know anything about.
That's the kid. That was going to be. We'll talk about it here.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about that real quick. That was going to be an HBO Max movie, and they decided to release it in the theater. I believe it's the kid that plays in the Karate Kid, the Cobra Kai series. It's the main.
Which one?
It's the main kid, the karate champion, the Latin.
Okay, him. Yeah.
Kid.
Yeah, I like that guy as an actor.
Yes, I think he's going to play the Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle was like a. I think he was. It might have been in the Batman. I don't remember exactly, but I don't know that much about the character, but the movie seems intriguing.
Okay.
Yeah. What are the ones you had on your list? Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Well, like in 24, obviously you have the Deadpool coming up, Madam Web. I don't know if I'm intrigued about Madam Web or not. Now, is that DCU or the DC? Or not
No,
DC, I'm sorry. Is
Web,
that the MCU or is that Sony?
I assume that's Sony. So that seems like that's another movie that Sony's doing with the Spider-Man characters that's not directly in the Marvel universe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then we have Deadpool. Yeah. You have Wolverine, Hugh Jackman coming back for that. So I mean, that's probably going to, blow up. Now, are we going to see Deadpool in the MCU before that movie, you think?
He's already sort of bridging over. He did a
How so?
well.
No, I
So
get the commercials. If you're about to talk about the commercials,
right?
I get that. But like, are we going to see him in the MCU proper in any of the Disney Plus series or a movie? I mean, where's our first one of him?
I haven't seen any rumors there at all. It would not surprise me though that he makes like maybe a brief like post credit scene somewhere, something like that. That would not shock me at all. Where it's just sort of there. Go ahead.
I honestly thought he was going to end up in a post-credit scene of She-Hulk, given both of them breaking the fourth wall.
Sure, that would have been a great way to do it.
Like if she's talking to it, he comes up from behind her and like starts talking too. Mm-hmm. I thought that would have been a neat way to kind of toss him in, but I think you have to, unless they're going to use him in a multiverse situation, that's how he comes over.
Sure.
Maybe that's how they explain it.
Well, I love seeing him paired up with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I mean, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, I'm in. I don't care what it is. I'm going to watch it. I mean, even some of the movies that were not the best necessarily, I just love Hugh Jackman in that role. He looks the part. He takes it serious. He does great actor. I'm in. I don't really care. I'll watch that. So we kind of went past 2023 for a minute. Is there any in 2023, Dean, in particular that jumps out at you that you have
Quantumania
interest in?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Quantumania. I'm so. Yes, we've seen Jonathan Majors do a variant of this character. I mean, and I love him so much as an actor. I can't wait for him to get this big time start in this version of Kang.
Yeah.
We saw He Who Remains, but we haven't got to see this badass comic book Kang, kick ass and take over the world, take over the universe, multiverse, what have you. So right off the bat, I'm excited about that. Guardians is always fun. I mean, it's not my favorite franchise in the MCU, but it's still fun. I go see all of them. So I'm looking forward to that one too. Marvel's, if you would have shown me any one of those single girls projects, I'd be like, yeah, I don't see how they're going to get a whole movie. But now you put all of them together.
Yeah.
Rambo, Danvers, and I can't remember the girl's name from what was the
Ms. Marvel?
Yeah. I can't remember her character's name, but yeah, Ms. Marvel. So you put all three of them together, and the way they've swapped bodies, and now they have to do that sort of thing. All right, I'll give it a run.
Mm-hmm.
So in Shazam, honestly, I don't care. I didn't see the first one. It didn't look appealing. People say that I should watch it and I would enjoy it, and I might, and then it might change my mind. But as of now, I don't care. And Aquaman, I watched half of the first Aquaman. That's all I needed to see. Yeah. So, what about you?
Yeah, I'm with you. I could not be less interested in Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see the other ones. It's nothing to do with Jason Momoa. He's a fine actor. I like him. He definitely, he looks like a superhero. I mean, geez, in his daily life, not his fault. It just doesn't interest me. I'm with you 100% on the Quantumania. I love Jonathan Majors, like you say, in that role. I love the fact that the look of Kang is definitely more of the comics with like the helmet and the blue face. And the suit looks authentic. I like that a lot. Kang was always an interesting character in the comics, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. And I like Kirk Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer in these movies as well as the parents, or the parents of Wasp.
Michael Douglas.
I said Kirk Douglas. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
He's in the
Michael
MCU.
Douglas. Yes.
He's Star-Lord's dad.
I guess you're right.
That's Ego.
No, that's Kurt Russell. I said Kirk Douglas. Where's our cap? Where's our caps and our brunch, Dean? We need that. We need our coffee and
we're calling it a day. We're gonna go on the front porch
Lionel
and whittle.
Richie. Listen to Lionel Richie. Easy like Sunday morning. No, but I like Kirk. I just said it again. Michael Douglas.
All right, so now I get it. Kirk Douglas is passed on, and Michael Douglas is his father.
Correct. That's why I keep getting screwed up. I apologize.
It was in Ben-Hur.
Michael Douglas,
superhero-esque as also, but
yeah. No, but the movie's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens out of that. It could shake up the Marvel universe for sure. Quantumania.
Yeah.
I'm with you too. I'm intrigued by the Marvels. Yeah, I thought that Ms. Marvel. It had to warm up to me a little bit after an episode or two, but I thought the series was very well done on Disney Plus. If you haven't watched that, go check that out. Is it more of a teenage thing? Yeah, but she is we talk about it. So. Of course, if we got flat brim hats, brim hats, and everything. Can't speak, but we could say we wear a flat brim hat.
Our teeth keep falling. The dentures keep falling down. We
can't separate Kirk and Michael Douglas, but. Or Kurt Russell, for that matter.
But if you ask me, soup in a grilled cheese sandwich is a hell of a dinner at 3 p.m.
That's right. No, but Ms. Marvel, we said it in prior episodes, is she's sort of the female version of Peter Parker, and the Marvel is a quirky, nerdy person in high school having teenage difficulties, gains these superpowers, and there you have it. So, yeah, I'm intrigued by that. The Flash, it's interesting. I mean, I don't know if it's going to really have future impacts in the DC universe. I think that there's rumors, and James is going to sort of squash some of these rumors already, but, that maybe they keep Ezra Miller as the Flash. I don't know.
How do you do that for all the shit he's gotten into?
I don't know. The main thing I want to see, though, is I want to see Michael Keaton come back as Batman. That's it.
Absolutely.
Once I see that, I'm fine. I'm cool. Anything else in that movie is a bonus for me. So, growing up in the 80s and watching the original Batman in the theater and all that, and all the hype around that, definitely give me more Michael Keaton as the Batman there.
Well, you want to do it. I mean, it rarely happens, but do you want a second Dean fact of the day?
Sure, go ahead.
This ties into us messing up different names and what you just talked about. Did you know Michael Keaton's real name is Michael Douglas? He changed it because there was already a Michael Douglas in Hollywood.
Well, there you have it. I'm really confused.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, second Dean fact of the day.
That Michael Douglas, oddly, was Kirk Douglas. He changed his name to Michael Douglas because there was already another Kirk Douglas. Did you know that? I
didn't know that.
I'm making that up. I don't know. Yeah.
He also claims to have gotten throat cancer by eating pussy. That's a true story. Look up that interview. That's a true story.
There you have it.
He claims it. There
you have it. Excellent. And Guardians of
segue from that motherfucker.
Sure. That's right. Well, my voice used to be a lot higher in the 80s. Let's put it that way. Yeah. No, but Guardians I'm always interested as well. I mean, James Gunn just does such a good job with those characters in that franchise. Yeah. As we mentioned, if you have not seen the Guardians holiday special that James Gunn made, go check that out immediately.
Surprised.
Yeah, go watch it immediately.
And if you don't already love Kevin Bacon, you will.
Absolutely, but just a very good story. James Gunn knows what he's doing. So
I have one problem with it.
Go ahead.
The one problem with the holiday special is that they used Kevin Bacon as real Kevin Bacon, because I would love to see him in the MCU somewhere. I mean, it's multiverse. You could do it, or you could make it. There's ways to do it, but I would love to see him be a character, not just himself that gets tossed back on Earth as a. I love Kevin Bacon, so. And that song is awesome. That Christmas song?
Oh, yeah, it was great. Yeah. Yeah, so definitely check that out. One thing I forgot to mention, Duty, on the Quantum, MODOK is going to make his appearance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that looks very cool as well. So MODOK's sort of that weird big head being, and so that looks pretty awesome as well. But anyhow, yeah, that
It's almost like I think Krang was a ripoff of MODOK. And you have the
maybe.
name of Kang too. You know what I mean? From Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
The brain that had the thing. So he's kind of a combination.
Right.
His name was Krang. He kind of had the MODOK thing going on. So
that's right. Maybe it'll be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know who's going to be in that.
There's a multiverse. Who knows what could happen?
That's right. Yeah, so that's kind of 2023, and then like say 2024 was. Let's see, what's some of the what else is coming out 2024?
The only, I mean, right here, this page that I'm looking at is was the Deadpool and the Madam Web. Yeah, and there's more. I just got to click on it.
These Sony movies, I just can't. I can't get excited for these Sony. I still have not watched the Venom movies. I know Nick liked them, but he loves the Venom character, so he's a little bit biased, which is fine. You've never
seen the Venom ones?
I've not seen.
You should.
Either one.
They're good. They're good.
I've not seen Morbius.
No, I didn't see. Nobody saw Morbius. They tried fucking twice to put it in the theaters, and nobody watched it.
Yeah, it's on Netflix right now too. By the way, and I'll mention one podcast I know that I like is How Did This Get Made podcast.
Yeah.
The last episode they did the last two they did was Morbius live and the Zack Snyder Justice League, which I've not listened to that one yet, but the Morbius one's very funny. So anyhow,
okay.
And Madam Web's another one. So Madam Web was a kind of an odd Spider-Man supporting character in the 80s. She was like a psychic type thing. She has psychic abilities, so she's blind. It's kind of an older lady sitting in this odd chair with all these like web things around her and stuff like that. So she was sort of she helped Spider-Man out. She wasn't a villain or anything like that.
Okay.
Right? So, but to have a whole movie on her, I just, that's the problem with these movies. These are supporting characters.
Right.
Or they're villains to Spider-Man.
Well, they've used all like the main characters. If you stop there, you're done. You know what I mean? You got to break off and do something.
There is a Kraven the Hunter movie later this year, Dean, that comes out on the Sony. I think in the same Sony property. Now he's an interesting character. Now maybe that could be something to work. Because Kraven was just like a expert hunter. I mean, it's called Kraven the Hunter, but he had He had super abilities as far as hunting prey, right? So he's had sort of enhanced abilities there. He's got enhanced strength and stuff like that. So Kraven the Hunter was definitely a formidable villain to Spider-Man. He looked cool. He had this like kind of like vest with like a lion mane. Backing to it and stuff like that.
Oh, kind of like I wear something like that similar when I go to bed.
Of course, you should. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wear one to ignite brewing some evening,
I will. I remember to put that on.
But Kraven actually in the comic lines killed Spider-Man for a period of time, and Spider-Man sort of, he shot Spider-Man almost point blank, and there was a period where Spider-Man was dead for a little while at the hands of Kraven the Hunter.
Of course,
Kraven assumed the Spider-Man role for a little while to kind of become him for a while. He'd have the same powers and stuff. But it was a very interesting storyline. But so he's an intriguing character. But again, I don't know if you can make a whole movie on it, make it stand out. He might be the closest between Morbius and Madam Web and some of these other ones. I don't know. So we'll see. But that one I'm more intrigued. That one I may watch. Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of these, lesser characters or side characters, I think they're going to, because of like this multiverse thing, they're going to be able to incorporate other characters to make it okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it just won't be him in an origin story, and then you just have him running around hunting stuff and bad guys or whatever. I think you're going to be able to. You're going to have to incorporate either other minor characters people care about, or the bigger ones.
Yeah.
You just can't do these real minor ones now and just let it. Let's see if it flourishes. For example, Morbius. Nobody cared.
Right.
If you were going to do Morbius, you had to have Batman in there, or you know what I mean, something.
Right. Spider-Man.
But I'm sorry, Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, fuck, you could put Batman in anything to make people fucking watch it.
Maybe. I don't know. And it just gets weird too, because if these characters like a Craven and Venom, it's like you make these separate movies like this now to bring them into the Marvel universe. Now they're definitely setting up Venom, right? With
Venom,
Tom
Venom's
Hardy.
movies though were funny. Like there was a comedic aspect to them that really brought the movie along. And the second one was better than the first. Because Tom Hardy in the first one, he was really struggling with his accent because he's British. And to me, it sounded like he didn't know if he was going Brooklyn or Midwestern. Like it was a rough go, but he figured it out by the second one. And I think you should watch him. I think you'll enjoy him.
But at least they set that up to where at the end of the second one, not even only the second one, excuse me, it was in the Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man movie, where Tom Hardy made the cameo as Venom in the Marvel universe, right? And he disappeared, but the symbiote was there on the bar, if you don't remember.
Right.
So that's obviously going to attach itself to somebody else in the Marvel universe. And the rumors are it's probably going to be Ned Leeds, Peter Parker's friend, who doesn't remember Peter Parker now.
Right.
And he may become Venom for a while, and then who knows. But anyways, so now they're bringing Venom into. But you make a Kraven the Hunter movie.
Ned's going to be part of the Young Avengers.
The Kraven will?
No, Ned.
The Venom. Oh, Ned, you think so? Okay.
Well, remember, he was able to open the portals. So
right.
he's going to have that magic, and I think that he's one of the younger guys that could bring into that whole thing that they're going to do next time.
Could be, or maybe the symbiote goes on somebody else, whatever. I don't know. My point is,
you get Peter Parker in the black suit.
That could be too.
Yeah,
it's just my point is these Sony separate movies, when they make these, that's fine. But then if to try to tie them into the main Marvel universe becomes more difficult. And like you say, it's just a lot of characters that might be interesting, but people don't care about a whole movie. But anyways, what else? What else is coming out in the next couple of years, 2024, that might be interesting?
Thunderbolts.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, me too.
So the Marvel version of the Suicide Squad, sort of. It was a
quasi bad
form
guy
of the Avengers that wanted. Yeah, so they've already got the characters sort of set up for that a little bit. Yeah, I like that concept a lot. With Wyatt Russell as U.S. agent and a few other characters that could be very interesting there.
You have Blade coming out in September of 24.
Love the original with Wesley Snipes. Very interesting character. I think that's going to do well. I think you get into the sort of the darker Marvel universe more with Werewolf by Night and Blade and some of these other darker characters. Moon Knight, sure. And Doctor Strange, obviously.
Right. Said Deadpool 3. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the ones that are coming up, kind of sooner. I mean, like the one that everybody's looking forward to is Secret Wars, which is going to be Phase 5's kind of endgame type deal.
Right.
Because you're going to have the Kang Dynasty and then Secret Wars, right? So there's a lot of rumors. People are going around the web. Web, again, showing our age. This is what happened when Nick's not here. But there are a lot of rumors going around about, like, leading up to it, who's going to be playing what and what characters you're going to see. Because you got to think, you're going to see, like, the what is the not the Secret Wars, with the Krill, or
Secret Invasion.
Yes, that TV show's coming up, and that's going to change a lot of shit.
Sure.
Because there's going to be some characters that are like, oh, they were alien all along. And I think actually that has a danger of disappointing more people than it does exciting them. Because if Rhodey comes off as an alien this whole time, that's dumb. Makes no sense.
Rhodey, you say?
Yeah. That's one of the rumors, that he's an alien.
Okay.
Unless they can explain that, like, the real person is somewhere else, I think it's dumb to explain one of these characters that you followed for the past fucking decade has not been that character and it's been a green alien. So again, I think it's dangerous to do this. I don't like this. I could be wrong, but I'm not. I'll watch it, but I'm not looking forward to it.
I'm in for that. Like I said, I'm interested to see what they do with it. And Samuel Jackson is Nick Fury, so I'm in.
Sure, but like I'm just saying, is there's a danger of fucking it up?
Oh, sure.
But there are a lot of rumors going around, right?
There are with the Secret Wars movie. So the Secret Wars, is if you don't know the story at all, just made it big in the 80s as a comic book series. At the time, what they were trying to do, my understanding is they were trying to launch a huge toy line, right? So they were trying to figure out how do we put all of our major characters in the Marvel Universe into one big story, right? Villains and heroes, and bring them all out in the open, and so they came up with this story here. So the premise at the time was this huge, this cosmic being, the Beyonderer, who's one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe. And now there's rumors that he'll come back as the main villain in the Secret Wars. So basically, it was sort of a form of entertainment for him. He was interested. He's watching the Earth, and he found it intriguing. So it's sort of a entertaining thing for him. He built a planet. Basically, he took bits and pieces of other planets in the galaxy, including a portion of the Earth, which happened to be, I think it was just an odd, like, suburb of Denver or something like that. He took and put it. So some people got pulled into this accidentally, but he took all the biggest heroes in the Marvel Universe, all the big ones. So he had the Avengers, Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and just almost every Marvel character you could think of, all the big ones he had on here, and then the same thing for villains, Doctor Doom, Dr. Octopus, all these villains, all the major villains, and it's to see what would happen. So of course they fought and everything else, and had all these other dynamics coming out in this. It's a very interesting storyline. I'm sure it's out there in a graphic novel you could pick up. This is where Spider-Man picked up the alien symbiote suit. Was on this planet. So that's when the black suit was introduced, which of course became Venom later on. But that's where he picked it up in the Secret Wars. He put Magneto with the good guys, which created tension. Doctor Doom somehow healed himself. There was a storyline where you had Doctor Doom without the scars and in the mask. So Doctor Doom basically came up with this idea to take the power from the Beyonderer and become an all-cosmic being, which he did temporarily. So Doctor Doom was very prevalent. So that's a whole big rumor here, too, that Doctor Doom is going to be first of all, he's going to be introduced somewhere, whether it be in the Fantastic Four movie or the Secret Wars. He's probably going to be introduced to Secret Wars, and it becomes a bigger character in the... he'll be introduced in the Fantastic Four movie, and become a prominent big bad in the Secret Wars storyline.
Okay.
But yeah, they can just put everybody together. So all these rumors are that so many characters that's played characters in prior movies, even different movies outside of the Marvel Universe. So there's rumors, for example, that let's see here, James McAvoy comes back as a young Charles Xavier. So he was in the X-Men reboots, for example. Kelsey Grammer comes back as the Beast, who played the Beast in one of the earlier X-Men movies. Daniel Cudmore, who played Colossus, the big steel guy, huge dude in the X-Men movies. Yes, that's correct. Let's see here. Some of these are very, all the current characters are rumored to come back here. No surprise here, but some of the big rumors lately is that Robert Downey Jr. will reprise his role as Tony Stark. So, some people think it could be like a multiverse type Tony Stark. I read another thing this past week where it's just going to be a hologram version of Tony Stark. That maybe it's the suit, but it's a hologram. It's going to be introduced in one of the TV series, the hologram, the AI version of Tony Stark, perhaps. either way we might see. So
Well,
that'll
because
be
you got to think, if there's anybody in the MCU that could like download or upload his consciousness or personality to something.
right.
I mean, look at Jarvis being, putting together with his stuff and forming Vision.
Right.
I mean, why couldn't you do an AI Tony Stark?
Sure, you could. Absolutely.
I like that.
But there's also rumors that maybe Scarlett Johansson comes back as Black Widow. Obviously, that would have to be a multiverse version of her because Black Widow, of course, is dead in our universe.
It already happened in Secret or What If?
That's true.
And they also shown that What If is canon by putting what did they call her? Captain Captain Britain,
yes.
Captain England. What the hell do they call her? But you know what I'm saying? Is she had the Great Britain flag on her shield and everything.
Right.
So that proves that What If is canon in my eyes.
Yeah. Let's see here. And then Chris Evans comes back as Captain America. So obviously that would need to be a multiverse version or something like that as well. They have the rumors that all the Spider-Man come back again with Andrew Garfield and
I would hope so.
Tobey Maguire. That'd be great.
And hopefully, if you're going to do that, you bring in Morales some way. Do you do him as a cartoon or? Sorry.
That is in here. No, you're right. That Miles Morales makes an appearance. I don't know if they have a name yet.
But are you doing a live action?
Yes, it'd be the way to introduce Miles Morales somehow into the live action, I believe. Yes. Let's see here. You got now this one I find very interesting here. Keanu Reeves as Silver Surfer.
I've heard those rumors. I ain't mad at it.
I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Tom Cruise as Iron Man.
I've heard, one of the variants.
Yep. And this is interesting. Dr. Doom rumor to be played by Adam Driver. I like this a lot.
I've also heard the rumor of Adam Driver as Reed Richards. So
he could do that. Yeah. He's such a good actor. He could play anything here. Yep. He's such a damn good villain, though, too.
Right. And he's so big. Like he's a tall dude.
Yeah.
Like he's menacing.
And there's so much here. God. Characters, Galactus, Miles Morales has already mentioned, Nova, the Young Avengers, and the Thunderbolts.
Right.
Namor, of course. Of course, the X-Men, obviously. Let's see. Yeah, some of these villains they're mentioning are some of these sort of some 80s villains that never, like Molecule Man and Dark Phoenix. So Femme.
Yep.
Yeah. She'll come back.
Yep.
Yeah. Just so many of these.
Yeah, it's going to be big.
Morgan Stark comes back as an adult to Tony Stark's daughter.
Well, by the time the goddamn movie comes out, she will be an adult.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. So it sounds like basically anybody we could think of. There's also another one I saw, Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze.
I've seen that. Yep.
You know what? Bring them all in there.
Well, that's the thing. Is like
they want to make it bigger than the Avengers movies. That would be the biggest thing that Marvel has ever done. Way,
it's a multiverse thing, so you could have multiple actors playing multiple of the same role.
Sure, of course.
You have 5 different Tony Starks. Let's do it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I want to see everything.
Yep.
I love the original series. Like I said, every single one you could think of. Anybody's willing to come back. Any of the old X-Men people.
Yep.
From the original movies. bring them back in, any of them, and then even the ones from the reboot.
Well, the question is when they do all this and bring everybody back in a couple of years, does Dave Bautista go, can I come back?
Possible. It's certainly possible. And then from there, they could do anything. Anything that's gaining popularity, they could keep
nobody,
it.
Nobody has to be dead or stay dead. Or
That's right. That's the beauty of the comics.
Back. Yep.
That's right. Anyways, I love it. That movie, I'm definitely. I can wait a while because again, like anything, it's like
you gotta have the build up.
You gotta have the build up, and then just in general, that's more years of your life that's passed before a movie comes out. So we could take our time and enjoy more Lionel Richie and whittling and so forth for another couple more years. But when it gets here, I am all in 1,000%. I'm sure Marvel's going to throw the kitchen sink at that and have as much there
put our
as
hearing
it possibly
aids in
can.
so we could watch it, but we're going to enjoy it.
Well, you think about it. I mean, that could be at the time. That might be the pinnacle for a lot of these actors and actresses that at that point they would have been playing some of these characters for several years. A lot of them.
Well,
it could be a way for them to say a final farewell to some of these characters too, perhaps.
Well, let's. We're forgetting about the most important thing.
Sure.
We have Harrison Ford entering into the MCU, people.
That's right.
Harrison Ford.
Of course.
So.
And Jeff Goldblum is rumored to be in this as Grandmaster. I mean.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Or no, Jeff Goldblum was already in it as the Collector. Or no, that was
Benicio del Toro. That's the name I messed up.
Look at that. Brought it all back around. Look at that.
Yep.
No, but also the Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto is another rumor.
Yes, that's right. He's rumored to be in the Agatha Harkness.
Yep. House of Harkness.
Yeah. Yeah, so bring them all in. All of them.
Yep.
Thanos, it says, perhaps again.
Oh, sure.
The Watcher.
What about a universe, one of the multiverses where the Thanos comes and he's good?
I like that a lot.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to stick to good guy, bad guy.
No.
You could have a Tony Stark that went batshit crazy and is evil.
Sure. That happens anyways. I mean, they do some of these every so often to where a villain will, just in general.
Yeah, just switch it up.
A villain sort of changes it up and then comes back. And of course, obviously, you have heroes that become villains a while, like Scarlet Witch now, sort of.
Right.
So you have to sort of regain good graces. Why not?
Yep. I like it.
I love it. Bring back William Dafoe as the shirt I'm wearing. Green Goblin. Do all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Why not? But it'll be interesting.
Yep.
I think of all the Marvel movies that's building up right now, that is one that I don't know if I'm saying I'm more excited than the Avengers, but definitely that'll be one that'll be at the very least as exciting as the Avengers trilogy when that builds up and comes out if they do it right. And I think they'll do it right. So, all right.
Definitely.
All right. Well, anything else, or any other rumors or anything you're hearing or anything else? There's probably a lot more, but
the rumor of me falling asleep is not exaggerated.
Not a rumor.
Not a rumor.
Yep.
Not a rumor.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got the Gen X and a Xennial here. We don't have the youthful millennial to give us the extra energy charge here, so it's getting late anyway. So yeah,
we need to tuck the two granddads in and say goodnight to the dusty trail.
That's right. So, well, I'll just remind everybody here. Then I'll do Nick's job here one more time, and we'll say that
somebody's gotta.
That's right. Remind everybody where we can be found here. Again, you can listen to us on all major podcast platforms. Anywhere you listen to podcasts is full of the Convincing Idiots podcast. Give us a subscribe or a follow, and new episodes will pop into your feed every single week. Watch our YouTube channel at Convincing Idiots. Check us out on if you don't know where to find us. Two main places. Look us up here on our Linktree, Convincing Idiots. Again, simply a page links to our social media, etc., and our website, Convincing Idiots. www.wordpress.com. Check out our merch store. Check out our Patreon if you want to sponsor the show. And we appreciate your support. Dean, any other thoughts here before we close out?
I've heard that hugging somebody for 30 seconds resets a chemical in your brain and gives you a better disposition and makes you gives you a better day. So hug your loved ones for 30 seconds. And if you see Brian on the street, hug him for 31.
That's right. So for Gen X Brian
and Xennial Dean.
Have we convinced you? No, Nick.
No, Nick.
Have we convinced you to hug a loved one or a stranger on the street for at least 30 seconds? And then join us again next week for another episode of Convincing Idiots.
Hey, did you like that video? You know you did, and we know you did. So stop screwing around and go like that video, subscribe to our channel, and join us for some more.
Same idiot time, same idiot channel. I made sure I waited for that one so you can cut that.